she lost her job. Carrie
Got no
says
space.
she's already paid.
Mr. Sutton, I want you to understand, sir, that I feel your pain.
Okay.
However, it is refreshing to see a guy on the plaintiff's side claiming that a girl borrowed money from him in a relationship and didn't pay him back. It happens so rarely, sir, that the feminine side of me, in some way, is joyous, while the judicial side of me feels your pain. Do you understand?
I understand.
Okay. It is your claim, Mr. Sutton, that you and the defendant, Miss Elgis, were in a relationship that lasted several years. She ran into some financial difficulty in 2003.
Yes. Minors, I'm
Loaned
enjoying
her
every
some
go.
money by paying off her car. She was paying you back, according to you, relatively regularly when the next year she ran into some more financial difficulty and you gave her another big chunk of money. Now, according to you, those two debts are $4,480.
Correct.
Ms. Elgis says, while it's true that you helped her out with her bills and helped her out with her car, when you lived together, she contributed to the household, and there was never any indication to her that either one of these two amounts of money were a loan. She thought that you were building a life together, and that's what two people do for each other who care for each other. Is that your statement?
Yes, that's correct.
Did you pay him back any money?
Oh, yes.
Well, if you paid him back money, Miss Elgis, how can you stand there and tell me that it wasn't a loan? Is not an answer.
To appease him throughout the relationship, I would give him extra money above and beyond what he felt he was owed for expenses in the household, etc.
And when you gave him back this money, how did you give it to him?
I would direct deposit into his bank account each month.
Did you keep record of it?
I have some record of it, yes.
Well, I'd like to see it. All right, so what you're saying is each time you paid him $300, this was a return of the debt.
No, that was mostly for expenses and living with him.
$300?
Every pay period, which is twice a month.
Okay.
And then it increased.
When was the first time you gave her money?
I first loaned her money on 10/10 of '03 after she lost her job. We returned from a vacation from Aruba. She asked for a loan to help her pay her rent and other bills, car payments, stuff like that. And then she moved in about...
Well, did you keep a record of
Well,
how
I
much
mean,
that
why
was?
is she
Yes,
supposed
I have
to?
Let me
records.
see.
There's a
No,
list
that's
of
just
all
the
the,
feeling to me.
amounts loaned to her. And I had a signed contract that
Yes.
while we were living together, she went into my stuff and ripped it up, and I have the contract still, but no longer a signed copy.
I'd like to see it. So while you were still living together after an argument?
I didn't find out she destroyed the signed contract until after she'd moved out. She had later told me that she ripped up the signed copy, and I didn't have any proof of the loan.
So I see the $300 payments here, which corresponds to this, Miss Elgis. What does that mean?
What?
We never agreed on how
Oh,
the money that I was paying
like-
him was exactly
I
going to be
guess.
handled as
Well,
far as...
what I'm telling you is this is consistent. What you
okay.
gave me is consistent with this, which is an agreement between the two of you that is now unsigned. And that signed agreement is gone.
Right. That happened right away, but after a certain amount of time living together and how much money I was paying him over and over again, we were constantly arguing about how the money was to be looked at.
So you acknowledge that initially when he paid these bills for you, that these were loans.
Yes, initially.
And at some point you wanted to make them something other than loans because you were living together, sleeping together, and having a life together. You felt that you should handle your finances differently.
Yes, I guess you could say that.
But he didn't agree to that.
Right.
Well, you know, it takes two to make a contract, and it takes two to change the conditions of a contract, Miss Elgis.
Yes.
There aren't so many new things under the sun, Miss Elgis. You know, after you've lived in the world for a while, there are very few stories that you haven't heard. Yours is not unique. So you owe him this money. All right, Mr. Sutton, let me see the ultimate bottom line figure, please. What are these things for haircut? What is the haircut?
She would borrow money when she didn't have enough money for haircuts.
No, babe. Sorry. Sorry about that. We're not talking about haircuts. We're not talking about child care.
For her child?
I don't care if it's her child or not.
Okay.
Fair is fair, reasonable is reasonable, piggish is piggish. The relationship's over doesn't mean that we turn every expense that you might have covered for her into a loan,
No,
sir.
Your Honor, we lived together for 20 months.
Yes.
She paid a total of $5,500, and then that was it. She didn't pay any food.
No.
She didn't
No.
pay.
Just a second. Who cares? What difference does that make, sir?
No.
Somebody always winds up on the top of the feeding chain when it comes to two people living together. It's very rarely 50-50. And if you spent more than she did, so be it. One person usually has more of an emotional investment in a relationship. That's just the way things are. Life isn't fair. God doesn't say 50% emotion for you, 50% emotion for you, 50% of the bills for you, 50% of the bills for you. There's something fluid. Some days you like her more, sometimes she likes you more. But after it's over, we don't go back into the books and say, well, I paid for a haircut for her. She said she was short $100. We don't have courts for that, sir. You want to memorialize this relationship? Get married. I don't believe it.
No, thank you.
Cash and gas, 11404. Get over. I'm not going over this laundry list of stuff. Otherwise, I'm going to get very, very irritated with you.
It came to a total amount she'd been paying on, so it was a running total that she owed me.
That's fine.
Running total.
Your running total, not hers. And
Yeah.
certainly, Mr. Sutton, not mine. All right, Miss Elkis, let me tell you this. I've already explained to you that a contract is not modified unless two people agree on it. I'm also not going back over minor expenditures 2.5 years ago for things like an $80 haircut or $75 something else. Courts don't do that with people who have chosen not to live together in a married state, but to try to work out some sort of an arrangement outside a state-sponsored relationship for which we have courts. Now, having said that to you,
Yeah.
I am prepared to rule,
Pink
Mr.
doesn't really
Sutton,
do it.
that the defendant does owe you for loans that she made over the course of the time you lived together. From that, I have deducted the nonsense that you added into that, and she owes you a total of $2,465.
That's
Judgment
permission
of
to
plaintiff.
record my
Thank you.
equipment.
Comes after me months after our relationship finally ends for money from 2.5 years ago is ridiculous.
She uses everybody that she tends to be with.
His online internet dating behind my back is pretty much what did it for me.
Her talking to other guys on the phone while she's in my house.
Something was going on.
Never was online doing anything while we were together.
Denied it, of course.
She was out of my house that night.
It was over.
Make sure you know who you're dating and who you're going.
$300 check that I have right now.
Unluckiest sucker right now.
Can I just buy supply? Yeah. One, two, three, four, five, six. Let's get 50. 50. Whew. Expensive. But see what we can do. Level up. This is gathering 3. Relationship, waiting, relationship. These are the same exact thing. Oh, and I'm not wearing anything. Great. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't even mind these. I bought them. That's stupid. I don't even know how to mine. I still don't know how to mine. I'm sure I'll figure out eventually. Weaver's Guild. Glamour prisms, he says. No, I had a good supplier. Oh yeah, Camp Tribone. I'm gonna link this class. Oh, that's what link is. Ah. Camp Tribone. Stalwart. Not a cheetah ship, Ferrari. Download. I'm gonna run out of hard drive space. Sure, we're here. Might as well. 15 only? Sure.
Take my hand and come with me because you look so fine that I really want to make you mine. I say you look so fine that I really want to make you mine. 4, 5, 6, come on and get your kicks. Now you don't need the money when you look like that, do you, honey?
Are you prepared to suffer?
Big black boots, long brown hair. She's so sweet with her get back stare. Well, I can see you hold me, but you were with another man, yeah. I know we ain't got much to say before I let you get away, yeah. I said, are you gonna be my girl? Take my hand and come with me because you look so
Mocha
fine
grass.
that I really want to make you mine.
Mocha grass.
I say you look so fine that I really want to make you mine. 4, 5, 6, come on and get your kicks. Now you don't need the money with a face like that.
Oh, hi, ingots. All them yards. Well, how do I harvest that?
She's so sweet with her yeah back stare. Well, I could see you home with me, but you were with another man, yeah. I know we ain't got much to say
Alright.
before I let you get away, yeah. Said, are you gonna be my girl?
Hey.
You say you home with me, but you were with another man, yeah. I know we ain't got much to say before I let you get away. Be my girl.
Be my girl. Are you gonna be my... Oh, wow, that's... I can make things that I'm using. Oh. Interesting. It's only for guys, though. What? What? I mean, a cam is sure... Commies. Alright, let's spam yarn. Only one, huh? Oh, this is gonna be slow. What's this? Oh. Oh, high platonic heart. Yeah. Pantalettes, huh? Sure. Yeah. Ah. I need two.
それはこっちのセリフですね。これ私のプラモなんですけど、壊れたままロッカーに押し込まれてるのをマキマキが見つけてくれたんです。姉さん何か知りませんか？犯人お前だろ？素直に謝ってもらえます。まあ怒ってないので素直に話してくださいね。本当か？本当に怒ってないのか？はい。じゃあその目の色は何？
Too quiet when you're on.
分かったからやるな。怖いな。プラモ壊しちゃったのは私だ。わざとじゃなかったんだ。許してくれおかっぱ。はい、正直に言ってくれたので許してあげます。でもちょっとは姉さんにもプラモの代金負担してもらいます。はあ、ふざけんな。てめえの体で稼いできな。
It's always good. Ah, perception. I can actually, this would actually be useful. I have leather.
姉さんお腹だ
I
ら
can make
しない。
this.
ねえみんな仲良くしよう。すみませんでした。練習します。仲良くしようよ。最初からそう言えばいいのに。ごめんマキマキ、先に部室行っててくれる？うん。
The bandana's good.
ありゃ、姉さんもまだ来てないや。実は俺、マキマキのことずっと好きだったんだ。嘘だ。いつも山根さんばっかり見てるくせに。嘘じゃないよ。
Three of them, huh?
証拠。
Ugh.
証拠。
Ah. It's a lot of crafting. You could just buy it. 何をですか？そんなことよりマキマキという人を知りませんか？もうこの部屋に来てるはずなんです。あ、ここにいるだろうが。あ、私の知ってるマキマキは一人で必須の練習なんてしないんだよ。本物のマキマキを草刈りが見せやがったカンニチマキ。見てたの？見てたんだな。消せないよ。目はつぶせても記憶は消せないよ。忘れろ。私の思い出を消す調子だ。好きだ。トリキュー。決め。 10 more.
たまには日向ぼっこもいいな。そうですね。どうだ？日の光を浴びる私は可愛いだろ？可愛くないわよ。全く可愛くないわよ。なんだこのちょび眉毛は。なんだよ。ほら見なさい。10対0で私の勝ちですわ。あなたちょっとぽっちゃりしすぎなのよね。っていうかたるんでない？リフトアップ、リフトアップ。リフトアップ、リフトアップルル。あなた笑ってるけど全く人事じゃないのよ。妙な声が聞こえてこないかしら。
I should make an auto hotkey script for this shit.
さっきからずっとあなたの髪の毛が泣いてるわ。本当は私たちもっと輝けるのに。 しい髪の毛ってこんな風に笑うの。しっかりケアしてワンランク上を目指すぞ。そしてあなた。はい。さっきから何私を睨みつ。ごめんね。っていうかなんでブレザー脱がそうとするんですか。どうしても隠し通すつもりか。だって台無しにされちゃうんでしょ。ああそうですか、わかりました。そういうことならこちらにも考えがある。お前のカバンを股に挟んでお尻フリフリしまくってやる。すればオラオラオラオラオラオラオラオラオラオラオラオラどうしたおかっぱ。好きな人教える。
Wow, I'm just that shit at synthesis, I guess. Three.
お金貸して。喉乾いたからジュース買うの貸して。はいはい。何の音だよさっきから。上かな。上の階って家庭科室だよね。何してるんだろうね。
Wait, what?
何学校でも落ち着いてやがる。下まで音響いてるから外でやってくれ。
What?
上級生だ怖い。いやだから外でやってくれよ。
I have just enough.
作らないとシンディ社にやられるので無理です。それに下の階に響いてるのはシンディ社の足音だと思います。は？足音？
もちもちもちもちもちもち。
うわー、なんだこいつ。
もちもち。
もしもしお待ちください。もしもしお待ちください。これなんかわからんがかわいそうだろ。餅が食いたきゃ自分で作るって買ってこい。
もち。
Done.
もちもち。
こいつは何を言ってるんだ。こっちの言葉は通じてるのか。獣臭いし。わかりません。さあできましたよ。召し上がれ。
もち。もちもちもちもち。
A spinning wheel.
そんなところでどうしたおかっぱ。
Control increases quality.
マキマキ
CP's stamina.
何してんだあいつ。マキマキの好きな人に彼女ができました。失恋です。
Well, regardless, this headgear is the best. Good for gathering.
何がおかしいんですか。いやいやだってよ、失恋ってのはわかるけどさ、だからってなんで判決でぶっ倒れてんだよ。なんで靴脱げてんだよ。ウケる。ウケるな。絶対いつも通りに接してあげてくださいよ。わかってるよ。茶化したりしないから安心して。
Oh, you're serious.
こちら私、こちら私。判決の撤回発見全然します。全然全然3点通りじゃ。へい。話を聞いたぞ俺。失恋も青春だって知らねえのか。元気出せよブス。すいませんっす。自分が間違ってたっす。自分も未来に向かって前進します。よく言った。来いマキマキ。はい行きまーす。させ れ生徒会の2人じゃない？
Oh Jesus, my inventory.
本当だ。何してんだあいつら。
Mm.
てめえらよ、人にぶつかっといて謝っただけで済むと思ってんのか？誠意見せろよ。出すもんあるだろうが。
出すものなんだろう。涙かな。
ざけんなこら。来いよこら。
ちょっとどうしようあれ。とりあえず交番に電話して人を。そんなもん必要ねえ。私が2分で閉廷してきてやんよ。待て待て、閉廷ってお前。
I think I use this for something. Music sheet, dungeon music. So, jukebox or a bar?
ま、警察に通報するのが一番いいけどな。じゃあ止めろよ。もういいよ、私が電話するから。
おらおら、てめえおら、いい加減におら。おら。
怖え。おらって言われるの怖え。待てそいつらを話してもらおうか。クリニキさん。
なんだてめえ、関係ねえだろ。出すもん出したら返してやるって言ってんだよ。それとも
Why is my inventory like? I want to see all of it.
出すだと。さあ出したぜ。なんだ物足りないのか欲張りね。やるよ欲張りね。
なんだこいつ。まあいいや、こいつも一緒にやっちまうか。いや待て、よく見ろ、あいつの体。
俺は知っている。お前たちのような不良の心を正す。
Hey, there we go. That's better.
一生の愛だ。抱きしめてやるぞ。こんなチャンスがめったにないんだ。逃がさんぞ。
出てきたぞ。ヤッホー。
君の話は矛盾してるな。じゃあその不良はどこ行っちゃったの？ああ、そうかそうか、あっちか。いいから乗りなさい。
やったなマキマキ、お手柄じゃん。うるさいよ。
おーい真田、
どうした？
模型部のやつってお前と同じクラスだよな。ちょっと来てくれるか？
やっ、真田。
おお、何してんだシビコ。
罰を受けてるの。
罰？
あんな昼休みにな、おかっぱってやつの頭にダンク決めたらな、私がダンクされちゃったの。
そうか、罰受けてるとこ悪いんだけどな。これからバスケ部の練習始まるから降りてくれるか？
もう自力で降りれりゃ苦労しねえよ真田。
どうしたもんかな。
みんなで工夫するといいと思うよ。私のために。すみません。あれの回収に来ました。姉さん反省してますか？反省してるならこの棒を伝って降りてきてください。あ、してるしてる。早く下ろして。
早く帰ってくれよ。
おりゃおりゃ、見てんじゃねえぞおりゃ。そんなにチビが珍しいかい。おりゃおい、へい、ここだな、嘘つき先生ってのがいるのは。へいや、あら、姉さん、今日はどうしたの？あんたが嘘つき先生かい。
What? Oh my god, that's beautiful.
私のこと？へい、これを見れ。あは、私が書いたやつじゃん。そうなのよね。10代
代のダイエットって危ないのよね。あなたたちも気をつけなさいね。超怒ってる。何？なんでなの？
Oh, that's how that makes sense.
もうこっちが怒っちゃうんだから。そうじゃねえんだよ33歳。私たちが言いたいのはこれだ。この毎日成長切ってんのだ。10から15歳ってガセだろ。私たちは15歳超えてるのに全く来る気配がねえぞ。毎日成長期。そんなの個人差だし、無駄毛の処理とかしなくて済んでいいじゃん。もうやだ、早く大人になりてえのですよ。そんな無駄毛処理にすら憧れてしまうのですわ。なんで憧れるのよ。先生なんて高校の時、初彼氏と初デートの海で背中の産毛濃いねって幻滅されて振られたことあるのよ。先生にそんな悲しい過去が。ごめんよ、嘘つきだなんて言って。わかった。背投げなんて生えたらクソよ。背投げ振られた理由背投げ死ぬ気だと。ダメだ、セリフ吐くのはその口かい。ホットドッグねじ込まれる前に私
Oh, beautiful.
おすすめいたします。だって怖いんでしょ、私の球を受けるのが。はあ、ざけんな。なんぼでもバチコイくれ。
Weaver, yes. Weavers. Alright, I'm going around.
マジなのかふざけてるのかどっちなんだ。毎度毎度絡んできやがって何なんだお前は。なんだその顔は。うずら笑いのそこまでだ。とどめだ。どうやら雑魚ってわけではないよね。でもフォームがまるでダメ。力任せに打ってしまっている。一から叩き直してあげるから来なさい。なんなんだよ、もうどっか行っちゃえよ。来なさい。そんなわけで今日はな、魅力のないお前らにも彼氏ができる方法を私が研究してきてやった。何それ。余計なお世話だ。お前らが徹底的に欠けているもの、それは求愛行動だ。とある動物園メスゴリラの花ちゃんはオスの一郎くんに全くメスとして相手にされず、飼育員さんも2匹の間の子供はもう諦めていたが、花ちゃん独自で求愛ケツ振りダンスを開発。あっという間に一郎くんのハートを射止めるに至ったらしい。求愛行動といってもいろいろあるけど、お前らも男子の前でケツ振ればいい。なんでゴリラと一緒にすんの。いいからマキマキ踊ってみて。やだよそんなの。意味ねえし。よしあしは人にもよるけど、マキマキに限っては一理あるかも。作ったらやるのよ。ほらこれでいいか。ダメだ。はい次おかっぱな。その前に質問、その踊りはいつ相手に見せるんですか。バカだなおかっぱは。そんなの告白直前に決まってる。想像してみてくださいよ。告白前に踊り出したら変でしょ。そうか。ごめんね、こんなところに呼び出しちゃって。どうしても君に伝えたいことがあって。伝えたいこと？なんだい？はい、慌てない。その前にゴリラの花ちゃんからヒントを得た踊りを見てもらいます。ほら可愛くもなければ頭も悪い、リコーダーも上手に吹けない私だけど、この踊りに免じて全部妥協して私と付き合ってください。ちょっと待った。何もゴリラの花ちゃんからヒントを得たのはおかっぱだけではない。私と付き合ってください。どっちもブスすぎて無理だわ。踊るってアイディアはすごく良かったけどね。確かにお前らと踊っても意味ないかもしれんな。いやそういうことじゃなくて、つうかいつもブスブスのせいでお前も可愛くねえからな。
Wait, what the This is a dumb quest. You're on guard duty. Jellion, what a good Pokemon. Oh! I have a bunch of shit I haven't gone through yet. Where are we at? Yeah, there we are. $50? Fuck you, $50.
Tonight on What I Lie
He's
to
gonna be-
You, can he fix it? It's Neil Morrissey.
Oh, that's not even in here.
It's
What's the reward for this?
and their team captain, Lee Mack. And facing them tonight, Jungle Queen, Miley
Money.
Glass,
Wait.
Burger King, Jason Manford, and their
What?
team captain, David Mitchell. But first, arouse yourself in
You
tumultuous
can
hysteria
block
for
out
your
for this.
host, Angus Deaton.
C stands for control
Welcome to
points.
What I Lie to You, 30 minutes of exposing truth and peddling lies, featuring some of the country's most available talent. Scientists have found that 41% of us lie in the course of an average day, and apparently 59% of us lie about whether or not we lie in the course of an average day. And liars tend to speak in a dull, flat monotone, which means we can safely rule out anything Stephen Hawking ever said. We should never forget that in the Bible it says, "Thou shalt not lie." Then again, it also says a talking snake told a woman not to eat an apple, so perhaps we shouldn't pay too much attention to it. We start then tonight, not unreasonably, with round one, entitled Home Truths. Our panellists read out a statement about themselves, but have no idea until they turn the card over whether it's a startling truth or a complete lie that one of our researchers made up this afternoon to while away the tedium. Either way, they're stuck with it, and it's the opposing team's task to then determine whether or not they're being sold a proverbial pup. So it's TV's Neil Morrissey who's first up with his home truth. Neil?
I recently had an extension built by a builder called Bob.
Well, it's amusing, but is it true?
Well, I mean, as these things go, it would be quite a small coincidence. Bob is quite a normal name, isn't it? Yeah. I find that just eminently plausible. It was, and in fact, probably a very short little chuckle you and he had about it on day one. So, do you know, actually, I'm actually a builder called Bob. Right, okay, I do the voice of Bob the Builder. Yeah, but what is right. Short laugh, let us never speak of this.
At any point did you say, "Can you fix it?" And he said, "Yes, I can." In about 6 months.
Well, he thought it'd be funny to turn up, you know, dressed as Bob, and his mates were guffawing a lot. And of course, it was 7 a.m. and 4 hairy-arsed builders wandered in. One dressed in a red and yellow check shirt in dungarees with a yellow hat on, saying, "Hello, I'm Bob the Builder." How we laughed.
Yeah. Do you think he does this all the time, and it just happened to be Neil Morrissey's house this time?
He's probably one of those people who went,
It works! I told you, you pair of knobheads, this is funny!
So, what are you thinking? What's your verdict?
Well, I think Neil's doing quite well for himself. So it's quite plausible he has recently paid for an extension.
I also can believe that. I've seen it would be a small lie to come on and say, I'm having some building work done. Never.
So is it all stacking up, or are you thinking it's not really very likely?
I'm thinking it's possible. I'm thinking it's possible. Yeah, I think we think it's true. Yeah.
All right, that's almost unanimous. Right, Neil, reveal all, if you would.
It's a big fat lie!
It's a lie.
I wish it was true myself. I've only just read it.
Neil has not recently had an extension built by a builder called Bob. In fact, there are no builders called Bob in Britain, as it's not a Polish name. And so, to Jason, for your home truth.
Okay. I have beaten Gary Barlow at Crazy Golf.
We were all hoping that would end with over the head.
Lee, what do you think?
When was this?
This was 12 years ago.
And how come you were both on a crazy golf course together?
I was up in Blackpool, and there was just a massive Crazy Golf just on the promenade, and I was having a game of golf, and he was there with his family.
So at the peak of his fame, he was playing crazy golf. With his family.
With his family, yeah. Well, he's a family man.
And no one else had noticed him at this point.
This is Blackpool. There's a lot of famous people.
Who won?
Can't remember.
Oh.
Actually, that's a good bit of truth.
So did you not say he beat Gary Barlow? Because you said over the head.
My teammate here has made a very good point here.
What?
You did say I beat Gary Barlow, because I did that bad joke about beating him over the head.
You did.
And now...
You can't remember.
So basically what's happened is, Jason, 12 years after the event, you've remembered you beat him, and 2 minutes after you've said it, you've forgotten it. It's a memory, a funny thing, the way it works.
I think he's lying.
You're nicked!
So, Lee, I wonder which way you're going to jump on this one.
Hey, you've been ashed.
Well spotted.
I think we've got to say that's a lie, haven't we?
Yeah.
They're saying it's a lie, Jason.
It's actually a lie.
Yeah, it is complete rubbish. Jason has not beaten Gary Barlow at miniature golf. As it happens, Gary has a handicap. He's too fat and he can't dance. Take that. I've always been keen on miniature golf, or as Mark Owen calls it, golf. So Lee is next.
I was Red Rum's stable boy.
How old were you?
I was probably 16.
Did he ride him?
Pardon? Yes, I did actually ride him. Yes, did ride him.
When did
Not in the Grand National, obviously.
Right.
You rode Red Rum sort of just around the farm to give him a bit of exercise.
It's not a cow. It was a horse. Racehorses don't live on farms. They live in stables, horse racing yards. They're very professional outfits.
I'm afraid,
they don't go
to me,
Grand National winner, but I haven't got time to clean him. Let's do chicken.
Look, horses are animals. They live in places with other animals in the country. To me, that's a farm. You want to call it a stable? I'm not interested. You're wasting your breath.
In a stable.
Oh, it was right in the middle of town, was it?
Well, it happens,
a block of stables.
It's exactly where
What
we were.
floor did Red Rum live on? You came a bit canter down the staircase.
See, you see, listen, smart ass, listen. What's in it? Listen. Red Rum famously actually was trained on the beach, and that's where he was trained.
So did you want to be a jockey then?
Yeah, a jockey. Eventually, I wanted to be a jockey, but I wanted to
Did you
start.
try?
Did I try?
Yeah.
What, are you the YTS careers officer? I did my best. I mean, I got up at 6 and shuffled shit. How hard do you want me to try? I'm sat on the horse risking my life, yeah. I want to make a jockey. Well, you just haven't tried.
You're quite tall for a jockey.
I am, yes, very tall for a jockey, that's right. Now, you know the answer to the question, why didn't you become a jockey?
Are they really careful, though, about who they let on their absolute prize horses just in case they get the bad technique?
Well, as it happens, it's a good question, that, because you'd think they would be, wouldn't you? But my job was stable boy, and all the others went out and rode the horses, whereas I was left to muck out, hence the word stable boy. And I thought, I'll have a quick go on that. So I jumped on his back, rode the finish to the Grand National, did the commentary as the horse ate his hay, and the boss's son caught me as I was going, and it's hats off and a tremendous reception.
What happened when the boss's son caught you?
I was disciplined in a way that only a stable boy of 16 can be.
You don't think it's true?
I don't think it's true.
You don't think it's true either?
I just don't think it is.
We think it's a
saying
lie.
It's a lie. Okay, let's see how correct you were.
It is, in fact, the truth.
John is true. Yeah. It's true, Lee was Red Rum's stable boy. Red Rum was put out to stud after his career ended. He sired several moderately successful horses and Amy Winehouse. So at the end of this first ordeal, it's David's team who are experiencing one or two teething problems, trailing as they are 3-1. The next round is called Ring of Truth, and it's an idea so simple that even the panellists virtually understand it. Our teams are given a solid gold celebrity fact and must basically decide whether it's bona fide or pure baloney. So true or otherwise, Gwyneth Paltrow said, "I would rather die than let my kid eat cuppa soup."
See, that is an amazingly weird thing to say, isn't it? Although not as weird, of course, as if there had been a big pause between the word eat and cup. That would have been even better, because then it would have been, I would rather die than let my kid eat cup of soup. That would be a really weird thing to say,
That would be
wouldn't it?
strange, wouldn't it? Fortunately, she didn't say that.
She didn't?
No.
How would cuppa soup find its way into the realms of Gwyneth Paltrow's life?
She was on a film set.
So she was obviously given it whilst filming on an English film.
She actually said, "Who eats this stuff?"
And what was the reply? That lots of the British public do. Yank.
Nobody eats it anyway. Surely people drink it.
Yes, I was going to say, was she told that it's usually diluted in water? Otherwise, you would kind of go, this is surely... What is this, future food? I'll give it a go.
What's her husband's name again? That famous
Chris
bloke?
Martin, yes.
Yeah, he's in a band. Does he like cuppa soup? Do we know anything about
Of course, everyone knows Chris Martin likes a cup of soup. Are you mad? Well, he has all the flavours written on the back of his hand.
Didn't Chris Martin say a while back, on the back of one of his album sleeves, it said, for every album that we make, we're going to plant a tree sort of all the paper that we've wasted making this CD. And I just thought to myself, can't you just cut out the middleman? Just stop making CDs.
Does he say when every album they make, they plant a tree? I mean, they make an album once every 1 or 2 years. That's been about 4 trees. My dad plants more trees than that, and he hasn't released an album in years.
So do you think Gwyneth is likely to have said this?
Yeah, I probably think
I
so.
think it's true.
Yeah, I'm with you,
I
Leslie.
can hear her American. I mean, they call their daughter Apple. They're quite sort of healthy people.
Well, Bachelors claim that there are no additives in cuppa soup.
That's the company that makes it, not just unmarried men. Unmarried men who rely on cuppa soup for their whole diet say, it's actually, there's no additives. It's bloody healthy, actually. Knocks back the loneliness if you put whiskey in it.
Maybe you could give us some kind of conclusion as to whether you think this is true or not.
I don't think it's true. Do you think it's true?
No, I don't think
I don't think
We think it's a lie.
They're saying it's a lie. Lee.
OK, true.
All saying it's true. It is true. Absolutely right. Gwyneth Paltrow would rather die than let her child eat cuppa soup. In fact, any child of Gwyneth's is more likely to be named cuppa soup than served it. The next round goes by the curiously abridged title of This Is My, in which David's team all claim to have a close association with tonight's special guest person. The task for Lee's team, should they choose to accept it, is to identify which of them is for real. So please welcome this week's special guest person, Jill. Now, David, perhaps you'd like to explain how you know Jill.
Yes, this is Jill, the hypnotherapist who cured me of my fear of balloons.
OK, Mylene, what's Jill to you?
This is my good friend Jill, and she has fitted Camilla Parker Bowles' underwear.
And finally, Jason, your relationship with Jill?
This is Jill. She's the air hostess who saved my life when I choked on a peanut once.
So there you are. A balloon therapist, if we believe David, an underwear fitter to the Royals, if we believe Mylene, or a life-saving air hostess, according to Jason.
What is the thing about a balloon which is so frightening?
Well, I'm a bit better about it now.
Thank God you're able to talk about it.
Thank you.
What, I mean, isn't it
The fact that they might go bang in your face.
I'm trying to share here, and
Yeah.
the thing that scares me about balloons is essentially the thing might pop.
Yeah, but to be fair, that's not an irrational fear if it's a hot air balloon, is it?
No. But frankly, if I had a phobia about hot air balloons, I would have managed to limp through life. There's not much. Oh, it's terrible, because I get to work by hot air balloon as well. I'm just screaming the whole time. I can't, I have to put the radio on. No. It's, everyday party balloons have since I was very young, scared the shit out of me because they might pop.
So did you go to parties as a kid and cry?
Yes. Yeah. And then I wouldn't go to parties as a kid, and my parties there were no balloons.
And I want to know about the peanut in the throat and the possible Heimlich. I mean, how were you saved?
Heimlich, yeah.
Oh, you've helped him out there, haven't you?
Does she look strong enough?
The Heimlich, it's not about strength and power. It's about the actual positioning of the actual right down the diaphragm.
Oh, you're a doctor as well,
Yeah.
All right, tell me which flight you were on.
I was flying Manchester to Gatwick, and I sat near the front for that extra bit of leg room. And luckily, the woman's actually sat opposite you, right? God bless her, right? And as I was sort of eating these peanuts, one of them just lodged, just right in my throat, and just quick as a flash, bang, Jill was up.
Don't say bang in front of David. Scare the life out of him.
What's your association with Camilla Parker Bowles' gusset manufacturer?
This is my friend, and that's who she fits. I've got no association with Camilla, but
She doesn't
this
fit
is my
your
friend Jill.
corsets necessarily.
Has done.
Is this a common thing, having underwear fitters? Do you have an underwear fitter, Leslie?
I do, actually. They're here now.
No, you're lying.
Little Jimmy Cranky's down there working his arse off.
They actually sort of make to order. They go around and fit you up and...
I think knickers are quite regular, but every woman, as you know, goes up and down in their underwear, and so...
Sorry?
So I need to press you for an answer here, Lee. Is this person David's balloon shrink, Mylene's regal basque fitter, or Jason's selfless stewardess?
I think it's the stewardess. Although I think he's a barefaced liar, I just think he's telling the truth on this.
I don't believe Jason has ever allowed anything to be stuck halfway before it gets down here.
I think
he's not an idiot. He's from the north, and those peanuts are free.
Yeah.
I love the balloon thing because it's just so sweet.
I like the sweetness of it, yes.
OK, you are the team captain, Lee. You have to make a decision of some sort.
All right, then. I'm going to go with Leslie, then, and say that, bizarrely, the balloon story just might be in a crazy sort of way.
OK, you're opting for David's balloon shrink. Jill, perhaps you'd like to tell us who you really are?
I'm Jill Kenton. I'm Mylene Class's friend, and I do fit Camilla.
Yes, indeed. Jill is Mylene's purveyor of pants for the Royals. Well done, and thank you for coming, Jill Kenton. Yes, Jill has fitted Camilla Parker Bowles' underwear. Now she's in the royal family, of course. Camilla has to be rather more frugal when she gets bored with her lacy underwear. It's handed down to Prince Edward. And so to telly tales around in which classic TV shows of yesteryear are resurrected for our viewing pleasure. And Lee's team then intrigue us with an additional related fact this week. Our specialist area is Saturday morning children's TV, a world where men's knitwear plummeted new depths and disaster was always just a haircut away. So Lee is up with his fact loosely related to these well-known pop critics.
Pepsi and Shirley and Heartache, Mrs. Thatcher.
I didn't think it sounded like Heartache at all. I thought the nearest it got to Heartache was that almost ballet bit, you know, with several people standing up in the background moving. That was the nearest to Heartache. Otherwise, it was thump, thump, thump. I accept very professional, but nothing like Heartache. Yes, yes, good voices, professional production, but not quite what I would expect of Heartache. I would say 3.
Would you dance to it?
No, I wouldn't, because there was no melody. There certainly was rhythm. You could do a movement to it. You could do a movement to any rhythm. You could do a movement to a drum without having any song. But there was no melody and no Heartache.
Pepsi and Shirley not quite cutting it for Mrs. Thatcher there. She was always more of a Guns N' Roses fan. Anyway, Lee, what is your related fact to that clip?
Did you know that Mike Reid often does a musical turn at the Tory party conference? And last year it was a 10-minute political rap.
You notice how the whole mood has dropped since we saw a clip of Margaret Thatcher? Nobody wants to live anymore. Oh, yeah, I remember that bitch.
Yeah.
So what bit of the Tory... Is this like the main assembly bit?
Yes.
After the Shadow Chancellor's done his speech? Yeah, now, as usual, what you're all here for, Mike Reid's 10-minute rap.
Yeah, but you've got to remember that Tories are a bit stuffy and boring, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, they're stuffy and boring, but they're not, you know, complete morons.
I think it's true, because the Tory party are so out of sync with reality that's the sort of thing that they might go, Mike Reid's very popular, isn't he? What about Mike Reid?
It all makes sense.
Yeah. I don't think they could be that out of sync with reality and still know where Parliament is.
No, I don't think it's true.
I just don't think it's true.
Well, I'm prepared to go with that. You're the captain.
We think it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie, OK. Let's find out if you're right, Lee.
It actually is true. It's a very hard one.
I'm sorry. How are they ever going to get back into office? Are they trying? Is it match fixing? You know, is someone bribing them to be terrible at politics? Mike Reid, 10 minutes, rapping. What the is that? Democracy in this country. You know, the reason Tony Blair can start wars for no, you know, without asking people, is because there's no opposition. You know, it's their fault. It's Mike Reid's fault. The deaths of our servicemen are on his conscience.
Sorry, David. I've made a mistake. It's false. Sorry.
No, it is true. I do know Mike Reid is watching this. Yes, he does traditionally round off the Tory party conference with a song. It saves security having to usher people out of the building. So at the end of that round, it's Lee's team for whom the future's bright, leading as they do 7-5. And so, joyously, we come to the final round, some quick-fire truths and or lies for our panellists. And remember, they still have no idea what's written on the other side of the card, sensational truth or utter tosh. Starting now, Leslie.
I have been banned from Streatham Ice Rink.
Well, yeah, what did you do?
I was skating with my friend, and you had to go upstairs to really see the nice blokes. And I didn't know, unbeknown to me, but you weren't allowed upstairs. And so we got asked to leave downstairs, and I just got a bit gobby.
So, what's the upstairs of an ice rink? Is that...
The upstairs is where the viewing gallery. And
so why did they throw you out, or why?
Someone had moved the sign saying, "Don't go up there." And me and Geraldine Hellard just thought, we'll go up there anyway.
Good use of specific name of a possible person who exists.
How old will you be?
About 14.
Okay. Is this stacking up?
I just think the sign had been moved. You went in there anyway. It's an honest mistake. Yeah. Why would they ban you from the ice rink?
No. The ice warden came up and said, "You're not allowed up here."
That's a great job title, isn't it? I am the ice warden. Yes. I do not own the ice. I guard the ice for future generations. I am one with walrus and seal.
So she came up to you. He came up to you. And
he came up to, and he said, "I'm going to have to take you downstairs." So he took me downstairs, and unbeknown to me, he was actually taking me outside the door.
Were you still in your skates at this stage?
But I'm
just a little bit worried that he's not thought it through, and you're going to...
But Ice Warden Man can breathe on the floor.
All the way home.
Me and Geraldine Hellard tossed out into the street in our sheepskin coats, and I just turned around and went, "F*** off."
So that might have been when you were back. It was the obscenity to the ice warden moment.
Ice warden.
Yeah. So ice wardens don't take kindly to that.
No.
Dave, what's your conclusion?
I don't really believe this.
You know what, though? It's so bad, it's good.
I think it's a lie.
Right, well, there's two of us think it's a lie, so I think we say it's a lie.
Yeah, they're saying it's a lie. OK, the truth then, Leslie?
It's
true. Oh.
It is completely true. It's true. Leslie is banned, or was banned, from Streatham Ice Rink. In 1984, Torvill and Dean's thrilling Olympic win caused such an upsurge of interest in ice dancing that they were given their own show just 23 years later. Next, David.
I have formulated a 5-point plan for surviving if I were in prison.
David, please tell us this 5-point plan for surviving in prison.
OK. One, I have to use the fact that I've got a degree in some way. I have to sell the fact that I, you know, have knowledge.
Right.
Secondly, I have to, in some way, find someone who is physically strong to try and, you know, save me, you know, from the big men and the soap dropping and the pump. Thirdly, I have to make sure that this person isn't a person who will bum me. Fourthly, I need to have some commodity I can sell, so I need to have some deal with someone I knew on the outside, bringing in something like, you know, cigarettes, so that I could, you know, sell them to other inmates.
Right.
And number 5?
And, yeah, number 5 would be to get a PhD while I was in there.
What is the likelihood of you actually going to prison?
Well, cut a long story short, I did a terrible, terrible thing, but I got away with it.
So this was an imminent...
No, I formulated this when I was a late teenager, and I, you know, I was frightened of prison.
How old were you?
I think 17 or 16, 17.
So the first one was what, sorry? To get a degree?
No, that was the last
Use
one.
his degree.
No, the first one you said was to use your degree.
Use your
But you were 17.
So part of your 5-point plan of how to survive in prison is I must get a degree, and number 5 is I must get a PhD. It's this kind of talk that's going to get you into trouble in prison in the first place.
It wasn't 5 topics of conversation when in prison.
Oh.
I wasn't going to bring these things up. So what are you going to do while you're here? I seem to have a cocktail in my hand. Why am I the only one? Oh, I've dropped my cocktail. Don't pick it up.
What are you thinking then?
Do you know what? I'll tell you why I think it's true, is because David's one of the few people I know that if he did do a 5-point plan, if I was doing a 5-point plan, it would be like, get a brick, get a rounder's bat, get something else that's big. But David involves 2 forms of education within the plan. Degree, PhD. Maybe I should make it a 7-point plan and get the masters.
I think it's a lie.
What do you think, Leslie?
I think it's bullshit.
I'm with you, Leslie.
You're a big liar.
So, Lee, you're the team captain. What's your verdict?
I think that what he's saying is utter rubbish, and that's a lie.
David, put us out of our misery.
Yes, I'm going to say it is a lie.
Absolutely right, it is a lie. David has not formulated a 5-point plan for surviving if he were in prison.
Are there other cards in here like, you know, you had 19 different names for your grandmother? What are they? Granny.
Yes.
A 5-point plan for how to survive in prison. I've got no idea how to survive in prison. Don't go to prison. Only commit crimes you can get away with.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
That was nasty. Next, Leslie, again.
I have never eaten an apple, not even taken a bite.
Why not?
No, I'm actually allergic. It's really upsetting.
How did you find out you're allergic to apples?
Actually, only to the green variety, which is like either the Golden Delicious or the Granny Smith. I don't know what it is. It's something in the skin that makes it green that I get allergic.
So you've eaten
reactions.
other apples that are not the ones you're allergic
I'm
to?
all right with the yellow ones.
So you've eaten the yellow ones?
Yeah, and red ones.
So just read your statement again.
I have never eaten
a green.
No, you see, they've made a mistake here. I told them up the stairs, I said, it's green.
They made a mistake on one of my cards as well, and they said that I'd made a 5-point plan for surviving if I were in prison.
Could it possibly push you for a verdict?
I think that's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie, Leslie? Tell us.
Oh, it's
Surprise, surprise.
a lie.
It is a lie. And that electronic flatulence signals the end of that final round, and it's Lee's team who are tonight's conquerors, having vanquished David's team 11-7. So, clap on the back to the winners, a clip round the ear to the losers, and finally just remember that you can always tell if a politician is lying because their lips move, which is coincidentally also how you tell if Jade Goody is reading. Good night.
The Mining Class is back on BBC One with The One Show, weekday nights at 7. After the news, Denzel Washington's in deep in Man on Fire. Big movie action here at 10:45 tonight.
The truth is...
Our panellists have half an hour to prove just how expert they are at barefaced lying. Psychologists have now identified 34 different types of lying, 35 if you include that one. And apparently the best way to make sure someone isn't lying to you is to keep constant eye contact, study their body language, and wire their nipples up to 10,000 volts. In medieval England, a suspected liar would have to carry a red-hot iron bar for 9 paces. If their hands were burned, they were declared a liar and then hanged. Of course, if their hands weren't burnt, they were declared a witch and then hanged. And so, against all our better judgments, we start with round 1, Home Truths, in which guests read out a statement about themselves. At this point, they've no idea what's written on the card. It might be a true fact or a big fat lie that they'll just have to run with. The opposing team then use all their powers of deduction, or failing that, a lot of random guesswork, to establish if it's the truth or, conversely, not. So, John it is with our first Home Truth. John?
I was caught short in Prince Charles's garden.
What do you mean, caught short? What's that mean?
Are you not familiar with that phrase?
Oh.
Would you like me to elaborate?
Please do.
Yes, within the bounds of BBC viewing, yes.
Wee-wee.
All right. Taking a fish.
Yes.
Right. Got you.
Excellent.
Why were you in Prince Charles's garden?
It was a tour.
Which garden of his? He's got many gardens,
At
right?
Highgrove.
At Highgrove.
The garden at Highgrove.
Yes.
And you were what sort of tour? I mean, could I look in the yellow pages?
Highgrove has
Prince
tours.
Charles's garden tours.
Highgrove has tours.
Oh, right, so it's open to the public.
Yeah, you have to write and be invited. You have to...
Right, and you have to send off for an invitation.
Well, anyone from the public can write.
Dear Charlie, any chance of a piss in your garden?
Does he know, Prince Charles, that you did this?
I'm assuming that he might know about it.
You assume that a random tourist pissing in his garden, that's going to get back to him.
I actually set the alarm off.
What did he say?
You're just bragging now, aren't you?
Probably weave through a laser beam.
Is there any medical reason why you can't anticipate reading? I mean, is that what we're dealing
continent. David, we're going to have to rush you for a decision here.
Right. Well, that's a bit odd that you sort of thought. I mean, I'm sure Prince Charles has got a large garden, but I don't think that would constitute being too far from civilization to find a proper loo.
I'm just a little liar.
So you're team captain, David. You're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to override one of yours.
The truth, and you don't.
I don't.
I'm with you. I think that's a lie.
So they're saying it's a lie. What is the truth, John?
The truth is, the story is true.
Yes, it's absolutely true. John was caught short in Prince Charles's garden, so if you thought your Dutchy original biscuits tasted funny, check where the oats are from. Of course, John could have just done as Camilla does when she's caught short, lifted her tail and hosed the snails off the path. So, to Paddy for his home truth.
I've snogged Paris Hilton.
Well, there is an obvious question that begs itself.
Yeah, how come you ugly get? I mean...
Where were you? At the James Bond premiere.
So you snogged Paris Hilton?
Yeah.
It was at the premiere.
Yeah.
At the party afterwards.
No, it was at the premiere. It was a friend of mine, dared me to do it. I went up to her, said hello, and instead of kissing her on the cheek, I went on her lips.
Oh, you didn't even ask her, you just lunged in?
Yeah.
That's confident. That is very confident.
What flavour was her lip gloss? If you kissed her, you'd remember the flavour.
It was just like sticky. I don't know. It wasn't a flavour. It was sticky.
Sticky?
Yeah. It was just.
I tell you what, you know all the chat-up lines, don't you? Oh, thanks, love. That were right. Sticky. Magic.
You're going to have to come up with some kind of an answer, either true or lie.
You see, the thing is, I'm from the same part of the world as he's from, and I can believe this is true. Because it just saves time, money, expense, just why mess about? I haven't got time for all this, love.
OK, so you're thinking it's probably true?
What do you think, Dom?
True.
You reckon?
Nah.
What do you think?
I'll go with the boys. I'll say true.
OK, they're saying it's true. Paddy?
Oh, it was a lie!
Yes, it is a lie. Paddy has not snogged Paris Hilton, which, if you look at the statistics, is the least probable answer. Paris Hilton, 26, recently likened herself to Marilyn Monroe and Princess Diana, both of whom died sudden death at a tragically early age. So, our next home truth comes from Dom, so fess up, if you would.
My nickname at school was Ear Sniffer.
Okay, David's team, is this right or rubbish?
Was there an incident that sparked this nickname off? Were you caught sniffing someone's ears?
I think that's the long and short of it, yeah. A girl called Alexandra Westberg. It started off with her, and I got slightly obsessed with her, and then I did that thing, you know, where you get your arm and you scrape it with a compass until you got their name in blood on your arm, and then it goes septic, then it goes green on your arm. But then, yeah, so I sniffed her ear, then it just kind of snowballed.
I'm so glad I'm gay because we don't do that kind of thing.
Please don't go.
He was ear sniffer, I was rear sniffer. That
was... David, what are we thinking?
Well, you've sort of glossed over the actual first ear-sniffing incident.
Yes.
Where were you? Were you in a lesson?
Orchestra.
Orchestra?
During orchestra. She played the piccolo, I played the viola, not violin, viola, and she...
Hey,
hang on, what?
You had a pretty tough upbringing.
No, it was hell.
I've got to ask a question. Are you Ant or Doc?
Would it be possible if you could come over here and just show me how the sniff was done on David's ear?
Can I not just try it on his?
Yeah.
Or what about John's?
Even
No.
better.
Shit, no.
I do like the idea that you go, shit, no. If I sniff his ear, he's gay. He'll have sex with me.
Do we want to see him sniff?
Well, it's...
The people have spoken.
It was kind of more of an ear sniffer liquor kind of thing. So, we'll do it. We'll do it.
David, that must have helped.
Well, it's odd that, considering now you're claiming you licked her ear, why didn't they call you ear licker? I mean, that's a bigger deal than just sniffing.
Obviously, at the end of the orchestra, they're all around there, and they could only just see the...
Not again!
the sniff.
On those grounds, you're thinking...
I think it's a lie. I think it's a lie, really.
Okay.
I'll go with you.
Right, we think it's a lie.
Okay, Dom.
You fools, it is... It's a lie.
It's a lie. It's complete rubbish. Dom's nickname at school was never ear sniffer, although I can't help thinking that whoever writes these lies is working through some issues. All of which means it's, well, David's team who are throwing down the gauntlet, leading as they are 3-1. Our next round is and always will be known as the Ring of Truth. In short, our teams will be presented with a celebrity fact or two whose veracity it's then up to them to vouchsafe or poo-poo. David's team, guess first. So, how true is this? Madonna has her toilet seat removed from every venue she performs at so that no one sells it on eBay.
I mean, the thing is that maybe by removing the toilet seat, she's created this sort of mystique. Oh, she has to remove her toilet seat, otherwise people will want to sell them. And in reality, no one would want to sell something that her old arse had touched.
And so the toilet seat, when they get taken away, where do they go to? A big toilet seat warehouse?
They buy a new seat every time, and then throw it away at the end.
It's a bit obsessive-compulsive, actually, isn't it? It's like people who keep their wee in labelled jars. It's absolutely true. Very obsessive-compulsive people can sometimes do that. They sort of, as it were, file their various excreta.
How would you know?
How would I know?
About filing those sorts of
things?
I
am a knowledgeable man. And it's part of my knowledge. You know, if I knew how I knew everything I knew, then I'd only be able to know half as much, because it would all be clogged up with where I know it from. So I cannot always cite my sources, I'm sorry.
My lad. Yes, there are other artists who do the same thing. Janet Jackson and Mary J. Blige also insist on having their toilet seats removed. So what are you veering towards?
Well, it's
I think it's feasible.
It's feasible. I'm just worried about these stars with huge warehouses full of old loo seats. I don't know why I'm worried about them. There's no reason why I should give a shit whether they live or die.
She's not doing it, is she? She's not got the spanner and putting her thing on. So someone else is coming in, she's totally unaware of it, just gets done, one of those things.
Are you, Madonna, I want to get off early. Are you going to need to go again before the end of the gig, or can I remove it now? Because, you know, I want to get home before 11 if I can, so will you need another shit tonight? I mean, it's fine, I can wait. But maybe you could go now, if you're ready. So maybe it's not true.
Yeah, go with your gut instinct.
Okay, we say it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie, and it is indeed true.
Come on. Sorry.
It is true. Madonna does have all her toilet seats removed from every concert venue to prevent them being sold on eBay. She also had all the decent songs removed from her last album to prevent them being sold at HMV. Lead team, your teaser. Tony Blair proposed to Cherie in a bumper car.
To me, they look more like roller coaster people, don't they?
That's why her face is always like that.
Yeah, that was the joke. It was a visual. It was a visual. You know. Hey, listen, I'm shit at time travel. Don't worry about it. I'll tell you what, though, I'm shit at time travel.
True, lie, neither, both.
What do you think, Dom?
Dare I say, poppycock, I think.
I think true.
You think true?
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
But you are team captain, Lee, so it's your word. It is final.
Well, I have to say that I'm slightly leaning towards John, don't. And I suspect that actually that could be true as well. And also it explains a lot as well, because there's a massive metal bar at the front, isn't there? The truth.
The truth.
So help me God.
Right, okay, and I can tell you that
come on.
It is indeed complete rubbish. It's It's a lie. Tony Blair did not propose to Cherie in a bumper car. Cherie doesn't like going to fun fairs. Everyone thinks that if they throw 3 balls in her mouth, they win a foam Shrek. Our next round goes by the grammatically challenged title of This Is Mine, in which Lee's team all claim to have a close connection to tonight's special guest person. Only one of them is telling the truth, and it's up to David's team to seek that person out and speak his name. So please welcome this week's special guest person, Mark. Now, Lee, perhaps you'd like to explain how you know Mark.
Well, this is Mark. Hi, Mark. And don't say hello, you rude bugger. I actually employ Mark solely to manage my iPod.
You've changed.
John, what is Mark to you?
I cut the ribbon at the opening of Mark's karaoke superstore.
And finally, Dom, what's your relationship with Mark?
Well, Mark's a good mate of mine, and we used to be in a magical double act, and we used to be called Mysterio and Mark.
So there you are, a professional iPod manager, according to Lee, a karaoke shopkeeper, if you believe John, or a former magical partner of Dom's. David, time to interrogate the enemy.
This double act, what was it called again?
Mysterio and Mark.
So you chose Mysterio as a name, as you chose...
Yeah, and that's the reason why we had to part separate ways in the end, is just because he was just Mark and had to go.
Okay. And weren't you expelled from the Magic Circle?
Yes, I was. For being a very naughty little wizard.
So, Lee...
yes, David?
When did you come to the point of realising that your iPod had just got on top of you and you needed to get in some help?
No, I've got hundreds of albums. I bought the iPod. Oh, no, I don't know anything about computers, so...
It strikes me that an iPod is a machine for putting music on itself, right? You already have a machine for doing that, and you're paying a person to work that machine. I mean, do you use your own toaster, or do you subcontract that? So I don't know, I mean, I know nothing about electricity, and, so I just give him the bread, tell him where the toaster is, and some sort of miracle happens, and it's just a lot quicker that way.
It's all right for you with your private education. I don't understand the basic principles.
They did not,
My top posh boy, I'm speaking. I'm telling you now that I understand the concept of getting it from the machine to the iPod. If I'm going to be honest, I don't know how you get it onto the computer in the first place.
Right.
Unless you put the CD in, which takes forever.
Putting the CD in does not take forever. How does it get from the computer onto the iPod? Down a wire. I mean, you don't have to stand over it. The computer will just sort of do it.
I'm a control freak. I know what's going to happen.
If you're a control freak, why are you letting someone else do this? If you're so...
David.
Furthermore, if I can ask you to shut up this time,
So you didn't have the guts to say you're working class piece of scum? It's funny, is it, that way?
I actually didn't have the time to get it out, because you'd already interrupted.
David, before you get too angry, it is possible that he's lying.
Okay.
That is the case for Lee.
Yeah.
We have one more. It'll be John, who claims that he's a karaoke shopkeeper.
What is a karaoke shop?
A shop that sells karaoke stuff.
John, how much were you paid?
How much was I paid?
Yes. You didn't do it for charity, let's face it.
Well, actually, I did, because I felt like giving back to the community.
What did you take in from the community? And also, that's not for doing it for free for a karaoke store. Isn't doing it for charity. That's actually doing it for a karaoke store. I don't think much comic relief money goes to karaoke stores. We've got to keep getting the karaoke out there. It's so different. The overheads are vast. So this is like a high street store where someone who's just wandering past, getting some vegetables, maybe a book at Waterstones, or maybe I'll fit out a karaoke bar.
It's in an industrial estate, not on the high street.
Whereabouts?
I don't know the exact...
Oh, you lying bastard!
Wouldn't you just love a Doctor Who villain to talk like that to you? Oh, you lying bastard!
a decision. So
Two,
David's team
four.
is Lee's labour-saving iPod technician, John's karaoke aficionado, or
6,
Dom's
8.
illusionist cohort.
Well, I mean, the thing is, Dom I know,
Dom, I'm
is a
telling you.
magician, so it's a very plausible story that he was in a magician double act. If the iPod thing is true, then you're not the man I thought you were, Lee. And, you know, that's the price you'll pay for this petty victory. So, yeah, I think I'm with you. I think it's Dom at the moment.
I'll go with that.
Okay, you're saying it's Dom. Mark, perhaps you'd like to reveal your own identity.
John did open my karaoke superstore.
Thanks for that. Thanks very much and well done to Mark. Our next round is Telly-Tales, in which we revisit one of our national televisual treasures, and David's team astound us with an additional related fact. Tonight, the subject of our scrutiny is EastEnders, so let's just remind ourselves what it was like living in the world of the comedy.
You cow!
I'll come down here and give you a dry slap.
You slut. You have one?
Nah, I don't think so. Shut up, I'm not 70.
I don't like your earrings.
Stay out of cup of tea.
How dare you?
A host of familiar faces from the past being punched, slapped and nutted. Of course, many people consider the golden period of the show to be about 8 o'clock when it ends. So Paddy's fascinating fact is after this piece of beautifully understated dialogue.
Hey! Hey! I'm sorry! I love you! I love you!
So, what is Paddy's intriguing piece of Pat Butcher trivia?
Pan St Clements is a member of the British Abseiling Association. Wait. And has abseiled down Mount Rushmore. As true as I'm sat here.
Who's Pat St. Clement? I have no clue.
She's the woman we just saw that looked like something from the creature from the Blue Lagoon. She plays Pat.
Pat in EastEnders. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. I don't know her by her real name.
Okay.
British Abseiling Association. What the hell were the British Abseiling Association doing in the United States?
Abseiling.
Yeah, but...
She's quite a formidable woman, is Pat.
That's a polite way of putting it. Oh, you're formidable. Well, I mean, she looks like she could abseil. I'll give her that.
Really?
Oh, I reckon she could do it without rope.
Very quickly. I think it's false.
I think it's so unlikely that it's likely. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
You think
sure.
false?
I think it's false, but go for true if you want to go for true, because you said you've never...
All right, hissy mother. All right, well, let's go with you, and it better be right. No, no, no. You've made up the hand, you can lie on it. I doubt it very much, but John's always right, so I think...
I don't understand why we have to sit here and watch this shit. Now, for God's sake, make your mind up.
And did points of view get back to you? I would say that the answer to that question is that it is indeed, going by John's answer, false.
Okay, let's find out how correct you are, Paddy. Truth or baloney?
It's a lie!
John was right. Yes, Paddy was in fact lying. Pam St Clement is not a member of the British Abseiling Association and has not abseiled down Mount Rushmore, although she did mount the north face of Frank Butcher.
That made me want to...
The end of that round, it's David's team who are preparing for the worst, trailing as they do 7-3. And so to our final quickfire round, more truth and lies, this time against the clock, starting now. Faye.
Oh, me. When we were first dating, I collected my husband's belly button fluff.
Can I just say, if this is true, I'm not comfortable being this close to you.
How much did you get of this stuff? What are we talking? Tea cosy, quilt? I mean, what?
I'd say in excess of 50 examples.
It might sound like a ridiculous question, but why?
Because I felt that... Oh, and one, I needed a hobby. And two, I was, you know, just showing my love for him by collecting a part of him.
Well, it worked. He proposed.
He did?
Yeah.
Yes, there you go.
And what happened the night he proposed?
I ate it.
I was absolutely buying this, right up until the eating it.
I'm with you on that. I'd say false. I believed it up until the eating.
Yeah.
What he said, and what you said. What you both said. False.
Right. So is it fact or fantasy?
I'm sorry, it's true.
It is true. Faye did collect her husband's belly button fluff when they were first dating, which makes her one of the most romantic, obsessive, compulsive psychopaths in the world. Next. Lee.
In a restaurant in China, I unwittingly ordered and ate dog.
When did you find out that it was dog?
When I bit into it and said to the waiter, "What is this?" And she said something which apparently means, "I'm sorry, I don't speak English." But then I asked somebody else who was with me, who spoke Chinese, and they said the Chinese for "what is this?"
Yeah.
To which she said something in Chinese, to which he interpreted, got back to me, and said, "Dog."
Dog. What did you think it was?
Well,
prawn. I thought this prawn's massive. Got a collar. Rover, finding it for a prawn. What did you have with it?
It was on a bed of rice, and it was with a small...
On a bed of rice with a squeaky ball.
So, David's team is Lee to be believed.
I think it's true. We think it's true.
You're saying it's true?
Yeah.
OK. True or lie, Lee?
It is, in fact.
It is a lie. Lee has not unwittingly ordered and eaten dog in a restaurant in China. In recent years, China has started to westernise its culinary tastes. In fact, one of the most popular TV programmes in China is the British cookery show, Crufts. Next. Paddy.
Yes. I have wrestled Andy McNabb for money.
Are we talking the same Andy McNabb that did...
SES, yes.
Literature Bravo 20?
Yes. I was doing a corporate for the Army in North Yorkshire for the people who learn to drive the tanks and all this carry-on. And we all had a drink after in the officers' mess, and it just happened.
What do you need for money, though? Where's the bit of money come into all this?
Well, they were all just putting the money down. It was just a bit of fun.
So who won?
McNabb.
So how did he beat you then? Give me the move that he beat you in. Just for
I'll be sure you down there.
Go.
Go on.
Go on.
I'll volunteer.
I'll show you.
Go on. Get down there.
So, you get yourself down on the floor there. How would you like? Get yourself on your side. On your side, there. He has me in the scissors. Like this. Ask him, ref! Ask him, ref! Ask him! And that was more like this.
What's your decision then?
I don't know. I imagine how do you do it? I can imagine him sort of going... What do you think, Ross?
If you're going to get booked for a corporate event with the Army,
You'll say false? Okay. I would say that, yeah, I think that's true.
You think it's true? OK. They say it's true.
It is a lie.
Which irksome sound means at the end of our final round, it's Lee's team, who are tonight's Supremos, having trounced David's team 10-6. So, Lee's team get our congratulations. David's team get their coats. Join us again soon for some more facts and fabrications. And remember, as American writer Mark Twain once said, of all the creatures, man is the only one that lies. To which his parrot instantly replied, bollocks. Good night.
Martial arts meets the Wild West. No, seriously, I'm not lying. It says in the script. Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson star in the...
Brighton, anyone... You have to send off for an invitation.
Tonight on...
It's so stupid fun. Alright, I guess I better log off and drive over to your place then, yeah? Okay, doke. Well, I mean, we gotta leave at 10, right? And Erwin's at work. And I'm actually gonna make you, I'm actually gonna make you watch, Detroit. Because my tablet's over at your place, right? It's a good way of timing it. Just it's 15 minutes long. So an episode's 15 minutes long. So there you go. Which is? Oh, okay. We don't need to head out afterwards, right? In order to eat, nowhere to go. Which Wednesday? Yeah. Wednesday? See you in a bit. repugnant. room. Playing some Walkman. I heard you were playing Rock Band. Let's not go to Alright, finishing up? I forgot to transfer Detroit Metal City to a memory card. So I just brought my
missed that.
There's just a little bit of lag.
Yeah, I was like, I shot that, and then I didn't hear. I was like, did I miss?
Good job, you missed an ult. What a pro player you are.
I know, right? Honestly,
Everyone loves you.
that part's not so true.
Universal.
No. Like if I wanted to craft something made of like if I wanted to glamour something, and the thing I want to make it look like is made of cloth, you use clothcraft. And the thing you want to use is
Oh, so everyone uses clothcraft because who wants to wear bulky armor as a tank? Okay. Yeah, no, it took me a week to hit 20 and with an Arcanist. I don't think I'm gonna hit 20 today as a Weaver. Oh, what's this buy jump potion for trial accounts? Yes. Honestly, it was like $5. I would have done it.
$5 for like what, 500 hours? Not really 500 hours, more like 300, 200.
Well, yeah, and that leaves your quests undone, doesn't it? Oh, it wraps up all the story quests?
Oh, wait, no. There is the story jump potion.
Yeah, so like just a level jump potion that gets you to the next level for a specific job, right?
Yeah.
And then if you want a subclass, you can do the subclass, the story on your subclass.
Yeah,
$5, honestly. See, like when people's like, "Oh, charge to pay," right? Like pay to win, right? This isn't pay to win. Like, that's actually a good time cost investment when I think about it.
Which one?
$5 for level 50. $5, $10 for 10 levels, right?
Yeah.
Or 10. Wait, no, that's too cheap actually. $5 for level 50. $5 for level 35. I would pay $5 for level 35.
Huh?
I would pay $5 for level 35. By the way, crystals, right? Needed for crafting and anything.
Yeah.
Is there any way to buy them?
Market for it.
Okay.
They're expensive though.
Farming them is
Viable.
but not recommended.
You can buy them, you can kill
Sprites?
sprites, you can gather them with any gatherer.
Any gatherer?
I don't think Fisher actually. You can gather them with botanists or miners.
Like how?
You
It's
just
just something
go
you
to
see?
You just go to it. Just about almost every node has like shards.
Oh, okay, okay. I was just like, wow, I only have 141? What? I haven't been crafting that much. Now the real question, should I play 14 or should I play Uncharted? Because I haven't played a shooting game. I haven't played a shooting game in over 3 weeks and it's bothering me.
I think I actually uninstalled it because it was taking up a lot of space.
No.
Oh yeah.
It's still there.
Why? Because it takes up. It actually takes up more space than Destiny.
I didn't want to delete it because I knew
Makes
it
sense.
was wanted to.
How many contents there is? If you delete it, it's fine.
It's not deleted.
Let's play GTA 5. Free online. Well, technically at your place I have free online. By the way, wanna know? The one gun I have in that game? It's a revolver. And it's a GTA 5 online. It's a revolver. It has 6 shots. And it can one-shot anyone to the head. Even if unless they're wearing like medium or higher armor.
Just how things are intended to be.
And the auto assist for that game, the auto assist is so big, it makes everything easy. Because I did a 7-hour stream at my cousin's house.
Yeah.
I had the 2-day trial for PS Plus.
Okay.
Yeah, I might as well use it. I'm here for 3 days. Alright.
Right.
So GTA 1 day and COD Blops 3. Well, mainly my cousin's account for COD Blops 3.
You want to unlock all this stuff?
No, dude, I already unlocked all the stuff at your place, and by all the stuff I made my pistol. Oh, you got a Little Big Planet? Let's go.
Go ahead and re-download it.
Nah.
Chris Bandicoot.
Do it.
Chris Bandicoot.
I forgot how hard.
Yeah, that's what old school replayability was. Just how hard it was to beat it.
That's like happening. Oh. Video games, like all video games are hard.
Let's get crossed!
Did they get the same voice actors? I don't remember this guy sounding. I remember this guy sounding a lot more Irish. Yeah, this guy sounds more like an announcer than he does. But I remember Ooga Booga, not Ooga Booga. Aku Aku sounding like.
God, my team's so trash.
I do think it's good that they didn't use that freaking that one crash thing, where they basically, or they just gave him like tribal tattoos and make everything look cooler.
Yes, I remember that. It was almost the same as Sonic's Werehog, like later down the line, but like, oh boy, that was dumb. And they started giving him spike bracelets and accessories. Basically,
I'm sad that like they're just about never gonna do this for Spyro. Never.
Who knows? Maybe. Maybe.
Then you remember who made Skylanders?
Activision.
Okay, well maybe this hope. Well, because I think they stopped milking Skylanders. I think.
They did.
Good.
Especially after Nintendo, because you know Nintendo consoles better associate with kids.
Yeah.
So, Amiibos.
Where are you guys at?
There you go. There you go. Oh boy, 3D platformers. Or two. No, it's 3D. Let's go 3D. Safety spin?
Yeah.
Nah.
There's no reason not to, you know?
True. I forget, does spinning slow you down when you're in the air?
No.
Okay. No, okay, good. This game must have been so simple to code. Must have, they can't have used the exact same code, but I mean, it's remastered, right?
Yeah.
Everyone, let your inner furry out. That is the Bandicoot. Rip! Rip!
I kind of need it.
User! User!
Good to know that you can still use the D-pad.
Oh, beautiful. That makes... When I was a dumb kid, I only used the analog sticks, and I found this game very difficult.
I'm still using the analog stick.
Don't! It makes the game so much harder than it needs to be.
One more, just let me play one more.
Fine.
I still am playing the entire game with the BGM off.
Yeah?
14. Because I'm watching like shows in the background.
The music's really good though.
EJ, are you telling me Final Fantasy music is really good?
It is.
Wow! You really believe that? What a controversial opinion.
Ian, what are you playing?
Final Fantasy 14.
One?
What?
I'm looking weird.
Because these losers convinced me to play it. Loser!
Loser!
Loser! I'm only saying loser because I play MMOs now. Only 17 lives? And you're this far into the game?
I thought 17 was a lie.
I'm so scared.
99, go. Do the bats that are signaling you, do they hit you also?
I don't think so.
Okay. Try it. Test it here, you just got a checkpoint.
No, like, I want to try this. I'm trying to get the color gem.
Oh. Ah! Lucky ducky.
Oh, I'm good.
Lucky
I'm gonna die,
ducky.
I'm gonna die!
This guy's gonna take you out. He's gonna be invisible crate. This is gonna get you. This is what's gonna get you.
Probably. I'm so scared.
No, you needed that. The 12 Potter.
It's okay. Lives don't count in this.
There you go.
Oh crap.
Yeah, you gotta do this right. You gotta do this right. No, the bottom one. Get the bottom one. Right. Yeah!
Damn it.
I was dapping. Sorry.
Don't even test me, Ethan.
Don't even try, Ethan. Stop trying, Ethan.
What the? It's hard, man.
It is very hard.
Good thing bonus levels don't count.
Let me try. Let me try.
No.
Let me try the bonus level.
No.
I want to see if I still got my trash skills, which never existed in the first place. As a child. I want to see if I still have my crash skills.
Hard, man.
Yeah, give it to Ian. Trust him. He's Asian.
No, I'm just a pro game breaker. And this is an old game.
Well, what it's remastered.
True. But the first time you handed me the controller, I broke it. Rip. No.
No.
Toss.
No.
Come on,
No.
give me one try.
No.
Oh, because you're gonna get salt if I do it, right?
No. I just want to do it.
Okay. Alright, config, let's see what frames you give me. Oh, 38 frames. Somehow it's worse. Why?
Screw it.
What?
Just gonna spin some of these. You know what's frustrating really though? Freaking Ripperoo, dude. It was so annoying.
I found that little wood base. Oh, that was close.
It'll be fine.
Give it a look. Look how much gems it costs. I can get that tomorrow. How long does it take that? 1 day and 9 hours. So about like 13 hours, I think. When you wake up. So I need to as much playing as I can. As much gems as I can. Let's see if my 81 gems can do that. Because to get my 81 gems, should I get it? I mean, since I still have to pick the 2.5 million.
I was just pulling up my pants.
2.5 million gold? I have 1 million.
Sure you were.
I'm not sure.
Give me.
No. No.
But I need money. I need I just make a lot of money.
People did say the jumping felt a little different though.
It looks a lot faster than I remember.
Where are my gems? Holy stupid.
Where's the ball? What'd you do with the ball, Gibbs?
Don't play with the ball.
I'm just saying, where'd it go?
It's
Gibbs,
going
where'd
in
it
my
go?
computer.
Gibbs!
Screw it.
Give me!
No, I'm gonna sacrifice the freaking
Where?
for the bosses.
Over there.
Oh, yeah.
Find it. If you the one who had it, did you have it?
AJ, you know the smart solution is just to count how many bounces it takes.
No, I am.
Uh-huh.
It takes 5.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, but I keep screwing up getting it.
Spin the top ones. Spin the top ones, bounce the bottom ones.
I know, that's what I'm trying to do. But at some point I'm just like, screw it.
No, that's just you giving up.
Yes, that's what I said. That's what I
That's just you
said.
giving up.
That's what I said.
You didn't beat the bonus level. You gave up and completed the bonus level.
No, I told you. I said, like you said, I'm giving up. That's exactly what I said. I just said, I'm like, screw it.
Screw it. You're not. You're sacrificing the fruit for the box completion. But it's exactly what you said.
Yep.
Which I understood as screw it. I'm giving up.
Yes, that's what I said.
Now, anyhow. Oh, you can get on top.
Oh my god.
No, he should have. This is a clean and simple solution to get on top. Simple and no, clean and simple. Break. There you go. Good job. And boom.
I'm gonna mess this up.
I'm gonna unplug your PS4.
Yeah, you did mess it up.
I'm gonna unplug your PS4.
You did get the girl, Kuya.
Whatever.
You never do.
It's okay. I don't need it.
Oh, okay.
I have my body pillows.
I'm gonna unplug the PS4.
Okay, I'm gonna die here. Watch.
That's fine.
Oh!
There you go.
Sorry. Only 22 lines.
Doing.
What's wrong with you?
Doing. That's. Oh! 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 Yeah, this is gonna get you. You better spin.
Oh, dang.
Wait, there's a big boy box there.
Big boy boss.
They're gonna drop down. I think this is where the beginning of the level was.
No.
Dude, no
Take
balls.
the teleporter. Take the teleporter.
balls.
You missed boxes, EJ.
You know what?
Hey, you missed boxes. Bad. You got a trophy for being so bad.
There's a trophy for getting eaten by a plane.
Oh, I got that one.
Yeah, me too.
Here.
What?
Episode 1.
No. No, you aggravated me, Sonny. It's not
You're actually mad.
Yes, I'm actually mad because this game's hard.
I know it's hard. That's why I'm making fun of you.
Oh, fuck you. What? Follow the scale of 1 for fruit. Oh. Okay.
Sugar balls. That's a useless tip because.
Oh God.
It's not cheating. It's like you
Oh boy, you're gonna die from perspective alone. You're gonna die from perspective alone.
I already hate this.
I'm just trying to bring it to low as possible. So it goes all the way down to like.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah.
And then.
What?
I can just spend a couple
Oh,
minutes,
spin invincibility.
30 minutes on getting just
That was a lot less powerful in the first game, in the
getting a
original.
lot of this stuff.
Anything could knock you out of a
I can
spin.
lower this down. The price money.
Go.
Oh wait, where is that?
I hate this. I hate this. I hate this.
Why?
Where did you? No wait.
Ben did it.
No,
Wait, that is true. What happens if Zed and Kane ult at the same time to each other? What do you think would happen?
The world explodes.
Do TNT boxes count as crates?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, what do you need the time
That's why I was
to buy it
waiting.
or to get it? He's an epic, and you only need 10.
No, see, I would die just from
Yeah,
the
but
perspective
I mean-
alone. I'm horrible at I'm horrible at platforming.
Two
That's why Jack and
monsters.
Daxter takes me so
If you
long.
beat a monster, you have a chance of getting that. So you need
God,
12 of that.
it's like
You already have
freaking
8, and you need
old
to
school
fight 3
games.
people.
And we beat them as
But-
kids, and now we can't beat them
And then
anymore because
every 2
because
hours,
games
you're
are so
able to
easy
fight
now.
them.
Mhm.
You're not able to get that.
Oh, what the? It just makes it harder.
What?
We were like bats that just go up and like go up through like.
And would have killed you.
Yeah.
Had you not been fortunate. Well, of course there are bats, EJ. Well, you expect this game to be easy.
Okay, at least they don't block you.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure you just got blocked right there.
No, I think I just missed.
No, it blocked your screen. The transparency got you.
No, the worst part is I was actually jumping after the. I was actually jumping after it went.
What if the bad guys to us? That'd be fun.
Spawn you?
No. No, they don't. You're clear when you make the jump. Yeah. Those boxes are gonna get you. Even if you let go of the controller, those boxes are gonna get you. They're gonna push you right off the side.
Oh.
Is there any way to hide quests off my main screen?
Why?
Because I don't want to speak with the race
Oh,
chocobo
what's this?
registrar.
I'm gonna die, aren't I?
No, it takes you to secret area.
Bounce! Oh shit.
Bounce!
Because it's like the things like that last time bounce.
No, of course they don't. It's a kettle.
So? The kettles from before bounced you.
No, they didn't.
No, like in a previous level.
EJ, that was the previous level. This is Bandicoot.
Fuck off.
This is Bandicoot.
So bad.
This is the edgelordest of. Hey, you missed a fruit.
Lawrence, I'm pretty sure
You missed a fruit. You missed a fruit. Go
I
back.
need it. No.
You need it for completion.
No, you don't. Go away.
Fruit matters, EJ.
Yeah, Kuya.
Think of all the hungry bandicoots, okay? The starving children bandicoot.
You think Crash cares about that? He's just running away from Cortex. You don't need context for this.
It does craft the one monster.
Except for the one time he goes to fight Cortex.
Yeah.
Or the racing ton. You remember that? Oh boy.
Remember the Hagen, like the Hagen polar bear levels?
Yeah. Did it have the ram attack?
Care about
What attack did it have? Was it just a regular jump?
There were no attacks. I'm already calling it. This thing's gonna kill me. Right. I forgot about that. I expected it to go faster.
What? You want with the spears to pull back faster?
Yeah.
I got him. That's why I got him. And that's why I got over it. I know, I want this one. I really want this guy back. Like, I know, but I can't.
Where's the mines in Oldar? In Oldar.
Why don't you check your map?
I don't know what mines look like.
You can check the key.
The what?
Oh yeah. Did you get copper bell mines yet? It should show up on your map.
Copper what mines?
Copper bell.
No.
No.
Lost Hope, Bonfire. Nanawa Mines. Okay, I found a place called Nanawa Mines. That looks good enough. I'll just go. What?
For what?
I just want to level up my miner.
Why?
Well, because I'm on my way to the main story objective, so... Bro... Oh, I can go to Mordona!
I'm sure you didn't just take a
Oh
glass
god,
and
that's
then
really more than endgame
it's
area.
hot.
Maybe that's why it's grayed out. Or oranged out.
Oh, really? I actually needed that. I needed 500 food, so I can actually feed my food. Dang it, forgot. I have to sell these food. Whatever.
Go, do it, I dare you to. No, no, do it. Do it.
Do it.
Old games are the best. Old games are the best. Old games are the best.
So what? Are there invisible ones too, or do we have to just straight up jump? Okay.
That one's breakable. There you go. There's gonna be a gap. There's gonna be a gap. Use the D-pad.
I am using the D-pad.
And how'd you get off the axis?
What?
You were center box, right?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you held left and you jumped.
It did.
So how did you slip off?
I don't know. Some people are saying that the freaking character model is actually a pill shake or something like that. Oh, that's a bad idea.
Yes, that is a very bad idea.
Does it respawn?
Go. It does. 3, 2, 1, 0.
Wait.
No, I'm good.
Honestly, this game.
Just walk and trigger them all, and then go back and bounce on the ones you want. Except for the last 3. The last 3 don't count. How about you break all those other boxes before you need to go back?
Oh.
You know, just in case.
I swear, one of these is gonna be TNT.
And it will be wonderful when you fall to it. Oh, how do I start making a materia?
What?
It says go to the materia master in the bonfire or something.
Oh, that. You can't make materia.
So,
you just melt it.
with other materia? Well, how do I get materia?
Materia?
Yeah.
You just kind of find it.
Oh, it's one of those things. Tradable?
No matter what you do, you can't read another legendary.
God's gonna kill me.
So,
No, but it's kill you.
There's gonna be a surprise spider. It's gonna get you.
I'm gonna freak out because I hate spiders.
I know you do. I thought Borderlands helped fix you of that.
No! What the?
What?
Why would you think that?
Because you kill so many of them in there.
Yeah, with a gun.
You have a gun now.
No, I don't.
Oh yeah, it's at my place.
Oh god.
What?
Look at this.
it's kind of impossible to get
That's a quick tap.
for you. I don't think you're gonna get
Okay.
it.
I would have bounced on that. Try jumping.
I don't think you can get that.
Oh, good. You're not being that mean.
You never know. Blow up.
Yeah.
Why don't you believe in me? Why do you want me to get better than you?
I like how they give you 3 lives because they know the game's hard. There's an achievement for spinning away a life.
I got it.
It's called I meant to do that.
A level 49 Earth sprite, huh?
God, I hate this game.
What?
Okay. Okay.
4, 9.
I have 18 farms.
What is being? Oh, I guess that's their way of preventing leveling. Is the being under leveled for fates means you get a contribution penalty. Boring.
Road to nowhere.
Boring. Wait! He invited me to his party!
Okay.
I was just healing all the mobs, all the NPC mobs he's running around with them, the good guys, flame recruits. If I join this party, I get 0 benefits, right?
What?
I get 0 XP benefits if I join this party, right? But, like, when I was in your party, I didn't get any bonuses for stuff you killed.
I can already tell it's gonna suck.
Oh boy, that's every level though.
Oh god, the level 12. Okay, I know. Okay. Nice.
He invited.
Okay, those were breaking. Okay, Lawrence, you wanna play?
No. But I don't think it's Joey, yeah.
Easy, you just jump in straight.
Oh man, the Machinist looks so cool. I want to be a Machinist. He has guns. I know. You told me. No. I remember from yesterday. You told me they have guns and then yeah, I remember all that. But just seeing one in game, like with proper equip loadout, looks cool. Even on low settings.
Okay, time to bail.
Oh well, look, he's riding a Rapidash.
Got it.
Boy. Whoa, what the heck?
I did nothing. We formed a light party, and I'm the only level 14 in the whole party. Everyone's in like level 48.
Oh, that would have been a crappy way to go out. These ones? Yeah, the freaking the green ones.
Oh boy.
Oh, I messed up. I got
Beautiful.
scared. I tried to back up. Oh god.
They teleported me to Camp Blue Fog. It's not high level. I'm assuming it's a high level place.
I think it's a level 40 area.
Okay. Is it like? Should I have access to that?
I don't see why you wouldn't have access to it.
Oh, I already had it as a teleport. Whoops. Rip.
Oh god. I'm bored.
I'm gonna make my own free company. Screw you, AJ.
Okay.
Cookers only. Culinarians only. How do I leave a party?
Just right click on your name. And just leave the party.
Why would no one aim aim?
There's a guy named Papawazu. What a cool guy.
Good to know they have like 1 billion checkpoints.
Why am I only allowed to take Chocobo ports back to the main town? Why can't I take...
Hardcore.
I want to take Chocobo ports to other towns.
Hey, big baller brand.
I'm gonna fall! Okay.
Oh, a mithril mine. Can I go in a mithril mine?
What?
Can I do anything in a mithril mine?
In the mithril mine?
Yeah.
It's just a name. You can't do anything.
Oh.
Well, I mean, that is the area where you find mithril ore.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I do anything with that or
But
no?
you can't find it.
Because I'm too low level, right?
You are too low level.
Prospect's not gonna be able to locate it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh god, Basilisk. Oh my god, there's a machine gun, that's so cool!
I have other things, but it has a little bit.
I want it. I want it. Where do I go? Or it's Heaven's Word material, isn't
So
it?
you can buy, if you want it,
I can buy the game.
you can buy the jump potion. Skip Realm Reborn. Get straight up get your machinist.
Can I access Heaven's Word without owning the game?
No. You buy the game. That's too dangerous.
Buying a PC first. I have a feeling I'm not going to buy this game. I'm just going to take my time and level up everything else. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh no, EJ, I'm going to go down. EJ.
That's too bad.
Oh god.
What are you doing there?
Oh god, no. How am I not dead? How am I not dead? How am I not dead? How am I not dead?
Okay.
I'm in the Mithril mine. You know, with all the level 49 aggros. Is there any way to link a set of equipment to a weapon?
What do you mean?
I mean, I know about gear sets, but like, I just want every time I equip this, I equip these basic things. Like every time I switch the Culinarian or Gathering class, I slap on my Gathering gear, or do I just have to use the gear set? I have to use the gear set. I'm lazy, EJ.
It's literally the same amount of clicks. It's
No, I want it to automatically equip.
You can put your gear sets on your hotbar.
I can?
Yes.
I don't have the screen space for hotbars.
Too bad. Just make the hotbars the smallest size. I'm thinking these glasses. Well, I want to make sure they go out. Damn, we were good at video games when we were kids.
Yeah.
Were you?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I beat this game.
Oh yeah. Easy. Either we were good or we had the time and perseverance. Or nothing better to do. Alright, I'm running through this area again. Aggroing everyone.
No, they didn't. It's the same thing. You wouldn't understand. Oh god, this. Ethan, remember this?
Wow.
Oh no!
How cool, he's using dual cast. Can I use dual cast ever?
Yeah, when you're a red mage.
One thing I really remember liking about Bandicoot was the death animations. Dying was never boring. There was always something dumb or silly to do.
Got it. Made the jump. Alright.
Alright, let's go to Mordona and see if I'm even allowed in. You said it's Heaven's Ward endgame, right?
No, it's Realm Reborn endgame.
Oh.
Oh! I hate this game.
I'm 559, are you joking?
Do I have to physically go to a dungeon to add it to my party finder?
Yes. Well, you have to get the quest, and the quest will usually just bring you there anyway.
Okay. Oh, sweet, Magitech. What's all this cool stuff?
Something you can get.
Wait, you can't get Magitech in the game?
You get a Magitech armor, but it's really good now.
What kind of Final Fantasy game is this? Magitech is one of the coolest pieces of Final Fantasy. It's one of my favorite pieces of Final Fantasy. That's why I like 2. Well, what, 5? I mean, 5 in Japan, but 2 in America, I guess. Oh no.
I mean, there's Ironworks gear, so that kind of looks like Magitech stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Because you're going up against the Empire, and they're the ones you use the Magitech.
Ooh, railroad tracks. Yo.
Oh god, another one.
I'm in Mordona. I'm in Mordona and I got 2,000 experience for mapping the realm.
Good job.
Now I'm gonna have to pay 5,000 to teleport back to Lindlore. Oh wait, I can just use my return. Honestly, that would be cheaper. If I use return and go to the airstrip.
Would I lie to you, comfortable Superman, Eamon Malone, inside Tallboy, Dara O'Brien, and part of the furniture, Team Captain David Mitchell.
Is Mordona a full aggro area?
She's a beautiful Swede, Ulrika Johnson. He's a lumpy turnip, Jimmy Carr. And they're benched out Team
Oh my
Captain
god, it is such a
Lee
full aggro
Mack.
area.
But first, please go, if not exactly why.
Ah! Run! Run!
I'm trying.
Run! Not you! Me! Me! What? I'm leveled enough to take a couple hits, but I'm not leveled enough to survive the area.
Game based on lies and how to spot them. We all lie, I know I don't. In fact, on average, we tell 3 lies every 10 minutes of conversation, which would explain why Gordon Brown's last speech went on for almost 2 hours. The German philosopher Nietzsche once said, truth is only a mobile army of metaphors, metonyms, and anthropomorphisms consisting of nothing more than the invention of fixed conventions. But I guess you had to be there. Which,
oh, there's a high level girl here. There's a level 60 girl. She rode her mount up to me, and I'm like, are you gonna give me a ride through the area? No. I should continue to dismount and start fighting. No, I'm scared now. No, I'm gonna make it to the teleporter. I'm gonna make it to the crystal. Oh my god, I have 2 health. I have 2 health. Oh, okay, I died. EJ, can you res me?
I won. That sounds very you already.
Start it up, res me.
Where were they held?
You can do that, right?
At BAFTA.
You can log into your account on the console version?
It's a strange
Nice.
place for sausage awards. Does
A license?
the sausage and film industries have a long relationship? Provide sausages for lunch at all British films. How many countries were there in the British Sausage Awards?
Nicest, longest,
There's a crossplay
hottest,
license?
tastiest.
Whoa. So well, this is saving me 1
So,
for
like,
15 minutes.
Yeah, you need to buy the game.
Do you remember any
the subscription,
nominated
you don't have to
sausages?
No, it's all a bit of a blur actually.
You have to buy the game
Yeah.
So this is a while ago now. This is not a gig we could get you to do now.
And like,
No, no.
Has your fee
I have it
risen
on there if
out
I want to
of
play
the British
British sausage
sausage
for
producers?
it.
I was paid
But,
very handsomely.
How much? Just how
The
much?
subscription pool is the same pool.
Subscription is the same.
30 grand?
I don't want to return to Limsa Lomisa. I want EJ to come here and res me. Alright, I guess I'm done playing 14 for the day. If I log out, what happens? The game right now.
They shouldn't have awards.
As well, I can always just alter for.
Have a night out. Jesus,
No,
$30 grand for a host.
No, I can always end tasks.
David, you're going to have to make a decision.
I think Ulrich
You're gonna give you a contest.
I think 30
Ending
grand
task?
is a lot of embarrassment.
No, I can end task and just kill the game completely.
I think it's true.
You think it's, well, I think it's a lie instinctively.
Will I respawn dead or what?
I'm gonna go with a.
Fair enough, they're saying it's a lie, so what is the truth, Ulrika?
My game is so hard, dude. I just want to get all the teleporters unlocked.
You get them naturally.
Yes, it's true.
Okay.
Ulrika did host the British Sausage
Where's the fun
Awards,
of
as host
challenging
of
the
awards,
game
you're
and
entitled
doing
to
the
as many
stupid stuff I
sausages as
usually
you
do,
please.
like making
They
it?
bankrupted the sausage community the
No,
year Vanessa
I
Feltz
want to do the
presented them.
stupid thing. I'm at end game area and I've been juking enemies with luck, and I died and I'm 2 screens away from the teleporter. Okay.
When I was 23, I had to
Yes.
talk my way out of a fight with a paper boy.
What was it about?
Then I'm gonna return home.
Well, I was sitting sort of by the side of the road with a couple of friends, and we were chuckling about something.
I don't wanna teleport home because I've never done it.
You're a man and he's not it.
That to me is dying completely. Because if you die and you go back to your base, that to me counts as a death, and I haven't had one of those yet.
I mean, of the three
Every
of us,
time I've gotten
one
you
was
to
a
res
girl,
me.
and one was me.
So currently my personal death record is 0.
What happened? How did you talk your way out of the fight?
Well, yeah, in the dungeons, of course.
Dropped the bag.
Dungeons are non-canonical, we know this.
Thud. And he said,
Now they're non-canonical.
going up like this, going.
Like what? Sorry.
Not if you're running through the same dungeon you've cleared 3 times already.
Did he go like
Dungeons don't repop. Whose smart idea is that?
Yes, he went like this because yes, he was an otter. And he said, I think he said, it was either what's your problem or have you got a problem? It involved the word problem, but not in a kind of, he wasn't really a problem solver.
He wasn't like looking for a problem. He wasn't looking for you to go, my first.
Wanna know what happened?
Canoe.
I told I summoned my tank carbuncle.
That would have increased my
I told it to
chances of
sick
getting
the
hit.
farthest enemy away so that aggro just of it.
Tom and Emma.
Oh, sounds like
It died on the way there.
Bless you. But when you're not telling the truth,
And then a thunder sprite just kept casting thunder and hitting me. It cast it 4 times and I died.
Ooh, you're just. I want to take you home and.
I know, I'm
put you on
surprisingly
the shelf.
resilient.
The second half of that's worse than the first.
I'm waiting you to res me.
So are you thinking this is the truth,
You've gotta
or are you
go.
agreeing with Aurora?
Ethan, res me.
He's
There's
lying.
no way he's like, he wouldn't lie about a thing like this. Go with me, come on.
Ethan, switch to Nami and res me.
Did you listen to?
I'm going to go with Ulrika and say that I think that it's a lie.
Okay. David?
Oh my god!
It is, in fact, true.
I don't want to take you home anymore.
So sweet, isn't he, when he tells the truth? Jimmy, your turn to
He's
astonish
just gonna
us.
prostrate on me.
I starred in a Japanese commercial for Snuff.
Is snuff a big thing in Japan? Because it's sort of slightly peaked in the West, I think. Its level of popularity.
They're making commercials for it still, so I'm guessing bigger, but no idea. What was the slogan? I have no idea, I just read it.
Level 51, Aurora Lee. Sergeant First Class. By the Menensis Libertas. Libertas.
Massive line of stuff, and then his face, like, he did it for
It
real,
is a free company.
and like his face kind of ludicrously kind of.
So their slogan for selling snuff involved saying, don't have that much of it.
Literally, yeah.
It's advertising whiskey with someone dying of alcoholism. And then saying, a little bit is tasty, but yeah, it killed this. Why did they choose you to be the
Because
face
I've
of it?
got my TV show, the Distraction show that I did on Channel 4, and the American one goes out in Japan, and it's quite big because it's like Endurance, but it's with Westerners being hurt. They love
Looks
that.
almost Japanese.
I look almost Japanese. That is the acceptable face of racism.
So are you still in?
I'm just standing here, just like, hey, cool name. Mind resing me?
Unless the production crew are mental, we'll be seeing it in about a minute.
He's threatening a clip.
She's just standing here looking at me.
So is there any truth in this?
I think it's a lie.
I think it's a lie. It makes me think it's a lie.
The mention of the
clip was
clip.
just 2 times.
So you're veering towards untruth.
Lie.
No option to raise.
Truth, Jimmy?
Only Archer?
What?
But a good lie. Good one. The next round is called the Ring of Truth. I'll be reading out the top celebrity fact. Now, the panelists in turn will dissect, discuss, and finally deduce whether or not that fact has about it. The Ring of Truth.
I am lying here until I get a random raise.
Teaser. To coincide with the US version of The Weakest Link.
Hunting log. Is that a good way to get experience?
An ice cream that tastes solely of bile and remorse. I can't see that.
Not so. It's sold out in 2 weeks. Very popular.
When you
But
opened Tim was a
only
surface that
combat
really
classes have
taught
hunting logs.
in an unnatural kind of way.
I just want.
She's doing
I
that thing
just
about
want.
the wing thing, isn't she? Which always
I just
unnerves
want
me,
a
'cause she
level
does it at the end of
20
the week of sleep.
lever
Just sort of
already.
say,
Why?
It's all a
So
joke,
give
I'm not
me
really
grammar
evil. Well, that's the bit
Ah, you're funny.
No,
Weak is the
it's
only thing
24.
that she used to do
It's
that on
50.
points of view as well.
50.
She's sort of trying to say that she's in some way being
The crafting
consistent.
recipe says level
In
24
points of view, she
crafting
didn't
recipe.
read out the people's letters and then just
50
say,
that
you know,
he's updated,
God.
outdated.
Which she does to the answers of
You're
the
probably
nice
looking
people on the weakest link who are trying to win a quiz.
Hammer prism.
Do you think when you open the ice cream, it just has written in the top, use a proper spoon, dickhead?
There are precedents. Right. They've made
looking it
Desperate
up.
Housewives editions.
God, my team is trash. Especially my friend.
Item recipe. Item level 35. Weaver level 30. Yield 1. Difficulty 51, but it's level 30. It says.
Nope.
Outdated. This is outdated
It was
info.
never 30.
Ugh. I'm still lying here. Oh, hey, M's online in the Palace of the Dead. Oh, I can join her. I just gotta do the side quest. I can't sending a tell is a premium account feature.
Yep. Welcome. You are being restricted to the month game.
I know. I'm still enjoying what I can.
Yeah. Oh, what the?
Building a strong foundation for Eorzea, one strong adventurer at a time. We had this name before jump potions came out. Can you make your own free company?
Yes.
How much does it cost?
A lot.
Like?
You also need a lot of people.
To start a free company?
Yes.
That's okay. How much?
I don't actually know because it is very much.
Okay. Oh! Yo! Rando!
Not everyone is healer, dude.
So, doesn't matter. Doesn't stop me from believe.
Oh, this team is so trash. I went to 9 to 5. 9, 5, 18.
There's a level 16 right next to me and she's casting res.
What?
She's level 16 and she's casting res right next to me.
Okay. What's your point?
I didn't die!
Wait, he proved you wrong.
He's so.
Wait.
I just went down. Heroes never die. They only get artificially reconstructed using nanobots.
Nano machine, son.
She's really level 49, but her healer's level 16.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Alright, now how do we get to the next area? I have to cut through this. She has a bunch of cool mounts.
Oh, no.
If I hug this... Yeah! Yeah! I'm sneaking my way through a high level area. This is the true stealth game. Metal Gear can suck it. Oh god, the gate's surrounded.
This team is so trash. This team mode is also very trash.
So if I order my pet to attack, if it dies, does aggro all shift to me? Even if I'm not within their combat range?
If they're not, they'll go towards you, and if you're outside that combat range,
They'll disengage.
They'll just kind of like walk up to you and then walk away.
Okay. But I'm assuming high-level enemies have large combat range. No? Same as the old ones?
Yeah.
Well, I can always do a test.
Good.
How about vanguards, cohort vanguards? How big is their range? The big walking mech things. Yeah.
Can't really say.
Alright, testing it.
Well, all of these basically have the same range. Like, no, I mean, those guys are melee guys. But what I mean is, like if they're like in like the radius from where they.
Oh God! What's a mud lizard? What's a mud puppy? Ah!
Is that good? Is that aggro on you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is what I call game breaking of the AoE. This is more exciting than a dungeon. No joke. Oh, my carbuncle died. Rip. Oh God! Get away from me! Get away from me!
Ass. Always such an ass. Damn, always a fairy.
Get away from me! Oh, the Nyx toads. Those toads.
Yeah.
I see the issue now. I very much see the issue now.
You do know that if I give you a lift, I'm just gonna walk through an aggro monster like kill you.
What? If you what?
If I give you a lift, I'm just gonna run up to an aggro monster and let it kill you.
Why? Give me a lift where? Give me a lift where?
I don't know.
Oh, OBS is on. Cool.
Ooh.
Alright, so Pat. Oop, nope, don't do that. Alright. Let's see. Plan of action. Read the game code. Let it walk away. Those are gate guards, I believe?
There are enemies that can aggro even if they're not looking at you.
He just teleported, so he's not a gate guard. That's okay, because I'm about to enter a sanctuary. I'm gonna sprint into a sanctuary. Let's do this. Oh God, Sticky Tongue!
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, all toads can do that.
Oh, there's one blocking the middle of the path.
Oh, they always cast
Sticky Tongue
AoE after the sticky tongue.
Yeah, but
I
have time to sprint from it.
Yeah.
Topaz died so hard.
Yes.
So fast.
I don't know why you're not expecting that.
It's so good though. It's like a meat shield for me. Is Sticky Tongue like thunder, or is it always guaranteed pull?
Guaranteed pull.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Ah, boy. Oh, I'm recording all this. Yes, footage of me being an idiot and trying to playing 14 like a stealth game. Shush. I mean, I can technically reach endgame, right?
Yeah.
Then I don't have to pay for 14.
I don't think you understand what endgame actually is.
Shh. Shh. Endgame is subjective. Alright, haul ass. Camp Revenant's Toll. Well, that's a big toad. It's also a very big toad. I'm very happy that sprites aren't, oh my god, what are these bird things? And why are they moving so fast? I'm very happy that sprites aren't aggressive. Hey, guess what, EJ?
Did you make it?
I made it. I'm in.
Now attune to the Aether right quick before something stupid happens.
You have entered a sanctuary. You fell to your death. People are going to be like, how did you get here? And why?
I hope you know I'm not risking it.
Why?
Oh.
Why?
I'm gonna let you wait for someone to actually be nice.
No. I'm nice. I did my part. I res people.